A great success! 99 out the Fir Park Tunnel.
In my country there is problem.
And that problem was football. Kazakhstan 3, Scotland 0. Notice my perfect representation of my t-shirt because it's the ghost of our last World Cup qualifying campaign that was successful. Or, in this case, Euros, because we've not qualified for anything in the 21st century. And I do believe that will continue at least past Euro 2020. It's a disaster because I filmed in the studio on Wednesday Euros prediction. I've just got to basically chuck it all in the bin because I was like, oh yeah, Scotland are going to finish second. Am I right, troops? I mean, with all said and done, Russia also dropped points and they're our main competitors for second, in my opinion. It's still a massive mountain to climb, but we've still got time to do the double over them, which is very unlikely. However, because I have one more day left in Scotland before I jet off to sunny Italy before the San Marino game, which I'm really looking forward to, I've got time for one more video to push myself for the final 24 hours or so before the nominations are closed for the Football Blogging Awards. And here's how you can vote for me. In order to vote for me, you need to go onto the Football Blogging Awards website and click in the top of the page, vote now. Otherwise, you can just press the link down in the description where I have left the link where you can vote on several categories, but I'm only entering 2, or intending to hopefully get somewhere in 2 of them. On my right is the best vlogger category, and on my left is the young content creator category. All you have to do is enter goggsysaan and then press vote now, and there's me being voted for by you guys, and I would really appreciate it. Also, I want to say a massive thanks to everyone who's commented and stuff saying that I should go for best vlogger. Also, I want to plug greatly that I'm going for young content creator, so if we could all vote for that as well as best vlogger, because that doesn't just stop there. Let's get down to business. Let's talk about Kazakhstan 3, Scotland 0.
King in the castle, king in the castle.
I rewatched the highlights, and you may dispute with me that a couple of the goals were actually very well taken, but from Scotland's point of view, there is nothing to be proud of at all. It is criminal defending. It also doesn't help that Borat and his pals are trying to score points off the Scotland national team YouTube channel in the comments section. Goal number 1. After 6 minutes, Kazakhstan's number 5, Kuat, who is the captain of the ship that is Kazakhstan right now. The boy played a blinder. There is no question about that. But look at the space he has. Nobody closing him down, and he's got the time in the world to have a bath before he picks out a great through ball, in Scotland's case, indefensible. And the striker has a fantastic finish. I mean, lets the ball bounce and puts it in off the bar. It's basically top bins. No goalkeeper on the planet can save that. But that's mainly because no goalkeeper on the planet has to face a shot like that, because most defences would clear out that ball. Most strikers in this world, at any level, would probably have closed down that ball and would have forced Kuat to either go sideways or go back to his own goalkeeper. But we're Scotland, aren't we? We're just so special. But let's be honest here, it's a great finish, first time as well, and before we know it, it's the end of our qualifying campaign after the 6th minute of the first game, before any other ball is kicked. As I've already said, although I blame the backline for failing to deal with this long ball, I also think Oliver McBurney should be at fault here, because as a forward-thinking player, you must close down the ball. Defence starts with the attack. I must reiterate though, look at the teams we have struggled against in the past, specifically the early stages of the group stage. We always start so badly. I mean, the last few qualifying campaigns, we've been beaten by Georgia twice away. Israel away last year also almost caught us, but we got away with that because we beat them at home. One more comment about the first goal is our line was far too high for the situation of the ball, and one pass like that can completely cut you open. Goal number 2. This is the goal in the 10th minute, just 4 minutes after we concede the first goal. And it's the same suspect, Kuat, on the ball. And he's got so much space around him yet again. He's not been closed down quick enough and has the leisure of picking any pass he chooses. The positioning of Graham Shinnie has got to be questioned here. In my opinion, he's so far out of place in a Scotland team. I mean, most of the players are, because most of them have no experience of playing out with their own country. Or enough. I'm not surprised he was torn between a couple of decisions. If he drops himself just a couple of yards deeper, then Kuat's split here, and he has to either go back the way or sideways, which is fine, because if your opposition plays in front of you, there's no danger at all. But it's when they get in behind you, that's when it hurts. In all honesty, I just hope the boy that scored just picked up a massive carpet burn as he skidded after he scored. From the 10-minute mark, I mean, we were hopeless, and the Kazakh defence was like,
You shall not pass. You shall not pass. I beg you. You shall not pass.
The worst part of it was, though, the Scotland team actually obeyed. We lay down to Kazakhstan. The third goal is almost as bad as the first two. But it's funny, because we got to hear the line from a commentator saying, Kazakhstan looking for a fourth. For this goal, I mean, Kazakhstan on the counter-attack. Again, the crosser was not closed down, and he has about 10 yards between himself and any other blue shirt. No team should be letting this happen at any level, especially at the peak of the game, internationally. The cross arrives in the box, and on Sky they outline Scott McKenna for making the mistake of not winning the header. However, it was Graham Shinnie, who, if we go a few frames back, Graham Shinnie's the one that's tracking this man. And he lets him go, which is just the worst of it. He just lets Scott McKenna deal with him, and Graham Shinnie just hangs about around the edge of the box. Like, what's the point? Yes, we're already 2 goals down, but you've still got to cover your man. The header was good, accurate, it was headed down the way so it bounces, so the keeper's not going to get it even if he dives for it. But Scott Bain still doesn't cover himself in any glory whatsoever, as he just sort of just watches the ball go into the opposite corner, and it's 3-0 Kazakhstan. The scoreline even flattered us. I mean, it was 3 going on 6, 7, maybe double figures. In all honesty, I am giving 0 pass marks to anyone in the team for this game. No matter what we do on Sunday against San Marino, it still will not make up for this. I think Al McGregor just retired just because he looked at who he would be playing with and would be like, nah, stuff it. I'm away. I'm out of here without banging the microphone. I'm just away. I just can't be bothered with it anymore at all. Never again.